The zero-trip wedge is a new tool developed to eliminate multiple tripping of drill pipe when setting a wedge to establish a new borehole at any depth. It is best suited to set with a gyro camera, so magnetic interference is not an issue, but can also be set with an easy track camera using GR where boreholes are greater than 1.5 degrees off vertical for accurate wedge azimuth orientation. There are numerous innovations incorporated into our product, but central to its use is attaching and aligning the zero-trip wedge below the core barrel to a dropping mechanism in the core barrel, which is 4.5 meters long and consists of a quad-latch retriever guide system coupled to a leaf-latch locking inner tube back end, fitted with a dump valve which equalizes the pressure inside and outside the drill string. That in turn is connected to a hollow chrome bar which protrudes half a meter beyond the core barrel, which connects to the zero-trip wedge and channels the water used to anchor it in place. Then we lower the zero-trip wedge, which is attached to the core barrel. Once it reaches the required depth, we can then survey our position using gyro or easy track GR grid rotation for setting the wedge from an azimuth supplied by the client. We then use the core barrel outer back end and the locking latches in the dropping mechanism to enable us to rotate the zero-trip wedge to the required azimuth after surveying. By pumping water at high pressure, we then bypass the dump valve. Which in turn breaks a safety pin, approximately 60 bar. Which sets the zero-trip wedge non-return anchors, approximately 80 bar. Resulting in the hydraulic piston expanding the anchors at the base of the wedge, locking it in place. And finally, with the zero-trip wedge set, we use hydraulic pullback on the rig to break a designated weak point between the zero-trip wedge and the dropping mechanism. At this point, we pull up the dropping mechanism on the wire line to the surface and replace it with the inner core tube, and then we are ready to begin to drill past the wedge. The wedging off a borehole at, example, a 1,000 meter depth is now completed in one shift, typically 8 hours from connecting the wedge on the surface to lowering, surveying twice, setting, and then drilling the first run past the wedge.